Let's start. If you want to create a new project, Python project, the major complication is which Python version we want to use, and how to install packages, and how to maintain the packages within the project. Those are the challenges, right? So we are going to see all those the challenges, how to resolve it. And yeah, so the first thing is which Python version we want to install and use it. Okay, so one seamless tool uh, which is explored is Python environment. Okay, Python environment. So this Python environment will help me to install different Python version and seamlessly interchange between the Python versions. Okay, there is a in Java also there is a SDK man which allow us to choose different Java versions. Similarly, this Python environment will help me to uh, use multiple Python versions, right? So let's see the list of commands available. Okay, let's go with so yeah. So if we use this one, right? If you use Python PyEnvironment dot list, it will give you list of Python versions available along with PyEnvironment, and you can also see list of Python versions installed in your local. Currently, I installed four different Python versions. Okay, so for this project, we can set which Python version we are interested. Okay, so that you can. So this is the command to install if you interested in installing different Python version, and this command global is to set your Python version global across without any specific project. It's global across your system, and for your local project, you can set this way, like Python local environment. This will create a file over here. Okay, so if I run it, you can see there is a Python version. So this will help other developers to know your project is developed on top of Python version 3.12.8. Okay, so they can also set their version related to 3.12.8, and then they can debug or develop the same project. Okay, so the first step is we know how to install our Python version. All we needed is we have to install Py environment. Once this is installed, then installing Python, pip, all those is seamless. It's very easy. Okay, so to start a project, we have installed we have selected our Python version. Let's further proceed. Okay, so next one is we want to create a virtual environment. Okay, so why this virtual environment is important is, so since the libraries and Python version is specific to a version, so it is better to maintain some container. Okay, so because we are developing this project for Python version 3.12.8, and the libraries also should be specific to 3.12.8, and that so we want to maintain that the version matrix, right? So this is my Python version, and these are all the libraries specific to this Python version. So, and keep it unaffected on other projects. Okay, so this is some kind of container within your project to maintain your Python and other library versions. Okay, so we install Python virtual environment. Now so to log in, like it's so we have this Python environment. We have to enable this Python environment. Okay, for that the command may vary. I'm using PowerShell, so I'm going with this command. Okay, so now this environment is activated. You can see the environment is activated. Now whatever library I'm installing, that will be specific to this project and this Python version. Okay, so that's a plus. Okay. So let's install. You can, so let's see. Okay, well, if you see what is the basic library is available, it's a pip. Pip is installed. So pip is already installed with the virtual environment. So we can run pip install Okay, some library we can install. You can see that is installed over here. Like once it is installed, it will be available here. Okay, it is only part of our virtual environment. It is installed only within our virtual environment. So now let's go and code some code. Okay, let's go code something. Let's take this to Python file. Okay, so we have this Python file. Okay, now the next step is I have a code. How do I debug, right? So if you have a code, if you want to debug, I'm using Visual Studio Code. This is more seamless to debug. So all you have to do is you have to select the interpreter for Python. When you are choosing the interpreter, you use the same Python installed within your container. Okay, I mean virtual environment. So the moment if you take this one, right? You have used, so it added this guy, so it is saying that in the settings transition where it is the Python version is pointed to. Okay, now if I go to my code, okay, so if I say import, okay, import request, I don't you can see there is no error. It shows because its request is installed. Just now we installed, and we are using the same virtual environment as our interpreter, so there is no error. In case if I do this pandas, okay, so I assume that pandas, okay, but if you see this is showing error because it's not installed actually. That's why we are getting this error. So now we got it how to install a package, and without error we can we can develop our code, right? Okay, so we written a code, we added our packages. Now let's see how to debug this code. Okay, so you can go here and you can say you want to debug this Python file. The moment if you say Python file, this is a breakpoint. Okay, this is a breakpoint. You can add any number of breakpoint, and you can go you can see the terminal, its output also coming, and you can go step by step. Okay, and then even you can further, like if you want to evaluate what is the value of it, you can do evaluate in debug console, or you can write something also, like you can execute some of the lines while debugging it, right? Like for example, if you want that counter when it is 11, you can set that to 11 instead of 10. Then now if you say counter, right, it's set to 11. So you can manipulate the variable when you are debugging via this debug console. Okay, so yeah, so we are good now. We have chosen our Python environment. We have chosen our Python version and other packages, and we were able to debug our code. Maybe one more thing I want to tell you is this is the double underscore method. This is to prevent the code running by accident. For example, if I have this, for example, I have a no main this class, okay, this Python file. If I add this one, right? If I add this one, if it's a global lines that will get executed as part of the import itself. Okay, for example, let me restart this debugging. If okay, see, the moment it started with, because it's have a import and it started that class to execute, since there is no guard whether this code has to run now or later, that we can guard via either, like you can have this dunder method which will prevent only these lines of code will run when you are when this main.py is running. So when we are running this main.py, that time it will, the name of the method is name variable will be main. So it is preventing the codes running accidentally, right? Okay, so if you don't want some code to be executed, then make sure that it is part of the function. So the function definition will be created, but the execution will not happen. So we have to make sure it's a part of a class or function, so that it is not executing as part of the import. Okay, so yeah, hope you understand why we are using this um, dunder method to make sure how we are guarding our code. Okay, next let's go further. Okay, whenever you create a project, right? Whenever you create a project, it's better to mention few other files also. For example, this Python version, as discussed, this will be helping the developer to know which version of the Python we have to run. The next few files I can tell, like for example, README. Okay, so the README file you can give for the other developer, so they will understand how to use their JIT command to import their project, or how they can set up their project, and some Docker commands also. So this will be helpful. Okay, then there is one more thing is requirement.txt. Okay, the requirement.txt is saying that which Python version, with which Python libraries we are using and what is the version. Okay, to create this file once, so you might not create this file in the start of the project. You want to create this file only when you are ready to ship it to the JIT or someone else to use it. To create this file, you can use this pip freeze command. Okay, if you use this pip freeze command, so let's kill this one. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now you can see. Okay, so these are all the libraries, like request is installed, right? So this now the 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 developer, other developer, when they start your project freshly, they know that these are all the packages they have to install so that it won't show you compile time error. Okay. Okay, so we created the requirement.txt. We are good with the README, right? Let's go. Anything else is required. The other thing is related to Docker. Okay. Uh, before Docker, we can also include this git ignore, because we want to ignore all the virtual environment related stuffs are going into our git repository, right? So that is some guard um, that prevents accidentally going some of the software into our git repo versioning system. So let's add git ignore also. Then we can also add environment template. So the environment template will tell that what are all configurable variable without changing our code. So we can add environment template also, git ignore also. Then related to Docker, you can add Docker ignore, which will ensure that these environment or other things are going inside our Docker image. That we can add a Docker ignore, and then we can add Docker compose file. Usually Docker compose file, you can mention the port and the environment file, where it is, environment variables, volumes, those things for our project. And then how to create an image using Docker file. It should be very simple. You can use your specific um, base image, then you can say your Python project where it start to, and usually you have to install the requirements in the image, because this is a base image, Python base image. And on top of it, we have to install all the required softwares for to run our project. Okay, this is optional. If you want some additional tool, you can add it. Otherwise we are good. Just copy our code. Since we have a git ignore, ignoring other things, so we are safe to only copy our code. Then just say python dot what is your main dot python file. Okay, if it is yeah, you can say always python dot main dot py, and within the main dot py, if you want to start your fast API or Streamlit, I would we could do that within our main.py. Okay, instead of specifically explicitly saying that it's Streamlit, it's always I would prefer this choice. Everything will be in the main.py, then running our Python application. Okay. Yeah, I think I have mostly covered. If you are a new to Python and you want to set up your Python project, and these are all the files required for that project, and this is the way you can run and debug your code. Maybe, yeah, run, debug, and install, run, and debug your code. I hope this tutorial is helpful. Thank you.